Today we're talking about the RBC Cashback Mastercard. If you want to earn cashback on your everyday spending without paying an annual fee, then you might think this card is perfect for you. But here's the thing. Later in this video, I'll explain why this card might not be a great fit for most people, especially when you see what other options are available. I'll also go over the top 3 features of the card, so stick around for that. And by the way, I'm Jordan, and between this YouTube channel and my website, I've helped hundreds of thousands of Canadians save hundreds of millions of dollars just by using credit cards. I've been analyzing credit cards for over a decade, so let's dive in. Now, before we get into all the features and benefits of this card, there are 4 metrics that I look at to compare different credit cards side by side, and I want to share them with you for the RBC Cashback Mastercard. I call them the Core 4, so let's look at them right now. The first component of the Core 4 is the Welcome Bonus Multiple, which measures how strong the welcome bonus is. The welcome bonus on the RBC Cashback Mastercard is currently up to 7% cashback for the first 3 months on up to $1,000 in purchases. So this breaks down to 5% bonus cashback plus the regular 2% back on groceries and 0.5% back on all other purchases. So this means that if you maximize this by spending $1,000, you're going to earn $70 in cashback. But you can't just look at the welcome bonus in isolation, you also have to weigh it against the annual fee. And in this case, the RBC Cashback Mastercard has no annual fee, so you're getting $70 in pure value with no cost to offset, which technically means that the welcome bonus multiple is infinite. And like I just said, to unlock that welcome bonus, you just need to spend $1,000 in the first 3 months, which is around $333 a month, which most people can hit through their regular everyday spending. Just keep in mind that the offer ends on July 8th, 2025. Now, the second piece of the Core 4 is return on spending, which measures how strong the card's earn rates are. The RBC Cashback Mastercard earns 2% cashback on grocery purchases up to $6,000 a year, and then 1% after that. And then kind of oddly, on all other purchases, you earn 0.5% cashback on the first $6,000 in spending, and then it upgrades to 1% on everything above $6,000. But I want to focus just on the base rates that most new card holders are going to achieve. So in order to compare different cards side by side, I look specifically at these 5 core categories of earn rates. And as you can see, this is what the RBC Cashback Mastercard earns in these 5 categories using those base rates. But in order to put these earn rates in context, we need to look at some sample spending as well. And so this is the spending profile that I use for every credit card to see how that card stacks up. It may not match your spending exactly, but it is based loosely on average spending data from Stats Canada, with the numbers rounded a bit to make them easier to work with. Now, to be clear, this only includes credit card spending, so the big expense that won't be included here for you is your rent or mortgage payment. But with all that in mind, if you multiply the earn rates by the monthly spending numbers, then you end up earning around $18 every month. And that means that you're earning a 0.9% return on your $2,000 in monthly spending. And my benchmark here is 3%, so this card falls significantly short of what you should be earning. Now, before I share the third and fourth components of the Core 4, I want to first talk about the features and benefits of the RBC Cashback Mastercard, because everything is going to make more sense after that. So this card does come with a few partnership perks. If you link your card through RBC online banking or the mobile app, then you'll save 3 cents per liter on fuel at Petro-Canada and earn 20% more Petro points on qualifying purchases. You'll also get 50 BeWell points for every dollar spent on eligible purchases at Rexall when you scan your BeWell card and pay with your linked RBC card. Just keep in mind that both of these programs require you to link your card first, which can take a couple of business days, and they each come with the usual list of exclusions like tobacco, alcohol, taxes, and gift cards. But these perks can add a bit of value if you're already fueling up at Petro or picking up some essentials at Rexall, but to be honest, they're not the kind of benefits that move the needle on their own. Now, on top of that, eligible RBC cardholders get a free Dash Pass subscription from DoorDash for up to 12 months, which normally costs around $120. With Dash Pass, you get $0 delivery fees on orders of $15 or more from participating restaurants, access to exclusive promotions, and 5% back in DoorDash credit on eligible pickup orders. But just keep in mind that the 5% back is only earned on pickups and not on group orders or when other promotions are applied. Then there's also an integration with Avion Rewards, which is a shopping portal tied to your RBC login. You can earn bonus Avion points or cash back at over 2,000 brands, and even install the Shop Plus browser extension for automatic deals of up to 40% back. But the catch is, you have to remember to go through the portal or use the extension before you shop. And if you forget, you don't get anything, so in practice, a lot of people end up skipping this. Okay, now I want to return to the Core 4 and share the third and fourth components with you. The third piece is time to break even, which measures how long it takes the average person to break even with this card. But since the RBC Cashback Mastercard has no annual fee, there's technically no break-even period. You start earning value immediately, which is actually one of the few tangible advantages of this card. And then the final piece of the core 4 is the long-term value multiple, which is a measure of how much you get from the card year after year. And again, since the card has no annual fee and gives you around $210 a year in cashback from your regular spending, then the net value is the full $210. Ideally, you want the net value per year to be at least double the annual fee, but since there's no fee, this technically has an infinite long-term value multiple. But $210 per year is honestly not that impressive when you could be earning significantly more with a different card. So here's how the RBC Cashback Mastercard stacks up overall. The welcome bonus multiple is technically infinite, which easily beats the 2 times benchmark because there's no annual fee. The return on spending is only 0.9%, which falls way short of the 3% benchmark, so that's a fail. Time to break even is instant, again since there's no annual fee, so that one's a win. And the long-term value multiple is also technically infinite, but if I'm being honest, $210 a year isn't much to brag about. So even though this card passes on 3 out of the core 4 metrics, the one that actually matters most in this situation, which is your return on everyday spending, is where it completely falls flat. Now, when it comes to eligibility, the RBC Cashback Mastercard is easy to qualify for. There's no income requirement, and the fact that there's no annual fee is one of its biggest selling points. That low barrier makes it appealing to first-time cardholders, but it also tells you a lot about the level of benefits that you get in return. Now, if I had to pick the 3 strongest features of the card, they would be, first, the 2% cashback on groceries up to $6,000 a year, which is decent if you do most of your grocery shopping on credit. Second, it doesn't cost anything to keep this card in your wallet, which makes it low risk and easy to hold long term. And third are the partnerships, with savings at Petro-Canada and Rexall, because those add a little bit of extra value if they're already a part of your routine. But this card is only a good fit for a very specific kind of person. If you're just getting started with credit cards and you want something simple with no fees or complex point systems, then this is an easy, no-risk option. It's also a decent choice for students or younger professionals who may not meet the income requirements of more premium cards and who just want to earn a little bit of cash back on essential spending like groceries. And finally, for someone who hates thinking about credit card strategy, first of all, you're on the wrong YouTube channel, and secondly, this card keeps it dead simple. You spend, you get cash back, and that's it. But then here's the much larger group of who this card is not good for, which is anyone who actually wants to get meaningful value out of their everyday spending. If you dine out, travel, or shop online regularly, then this card isn't going to reward you for it. If you're spending $2,000 a month across multiple categories, then you're leaving hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on the table every single year. And if you want flexibility, like using points for premium travel or transferring to airline partners, then this card just doesn't give you that upside. In short, it's okay for beginners or bare minimum users, but if you want to do better than just okay, there are far more rewarding options out there. So let me be direct. I don't like the RBC Cashback Mastercard overall. The welcome bonus is weak at just $70. The earn rates outside of groceries are terrible at 0.5% for most of your spending. And there's no flexibility. You're stuck with cashback when you could be earning points worth significantly more with other programs. But the biggest problem is that this card doesn't scale with your spending. Once you hit $6,000 in groceries, your earn rate drops to just 1%. And your non-grocery spending earns a pathetic 0.5% before you hit $6,000 and then bumps up to 1%. So these caps and tiers make the card frustrating for anyone who actually uses their credit card regularly. But most importantly, this card lacks the earning power and flexibility that make credit card rewards actually worthwhile. You're earning such a low cashback rate when you could be earning 3 to 5 times more with transferable points programs. So I've shown you exactly what the RBC Cashback Mastercard has to offer. And yes, the no annual fee is nice, and that's what draws a lot of people in. But once you start looking at how little you're actually earning back, it becomes clear that this card isn't built for long-term value. Because when you understand how to actually maximize points and cashback across different categories, settling for a 0.9% return just doesn't cut it. Fortunately, the top 1% of Canadian travelers have dialed in strategies that let them earn 5 to 10 times more than this, not by spending more money, just by using the right cards. So if you want to turn your everyday spending into round-the-world vacations just by choosing the right credit card, watch this video next.